welcome back to another episode of Cavanaugh's Corner. I'm Andrew Cavanaugh. I wanted to say thank you for coming back to the channel. This is the review that I've been waiting for a while now. This is a big one, and I cannot wait to talk to you more about this. This is it, man. This is the release. So, as I mentioned in a former video, I've got a new TV, I get a new 4K Blu-ray player. Got a bunch of movies that really shine on that format, but this is the one to get right here. So today I'm going to be talking about Planet Earth 2 on 4K Ultra HD. Now, if we can remember back to when the regular Blu-ray was kind of a new thing, the original Planet Earth and the documentary Life, those two documentaries done by the exact same people as this, that was kind of the most groundbreaking release on that format. Well, they've done it again with this one, BBC Earth, which is the part of the BBC, the British Broadcasting Channel. They have kind of outdone themselves here. This is the definitive 4K disc to own. This is an amazing, amazing release. Planet Earth is basically, just to kind of give you a rundown of what it is in case you live under a rock and you have no idea what Planet Earth is. Planet Earth is basically just a nature documentary in which we look at all different parts of the Earth and all the different wildlife and species and animals, mammals, fish, whatever you want to call them. Animals all over the world, whether they're in the sea, on the land, in the cities. This one actually goes into the cities, is in the last episode, which I thought was really cool. That's the other documentary, the other Planet Earth, and even the Life documentary did not do. But this is a great, great release. The best release, honestly, I've seen so far. And I do not say that lightly. I've said it a couple times in the past where I thought The Revenant was the best, and I said, oh, no, this is the best. Screw all that. This is the best release I have seen on possibly any home video format I've ever laid my eyes on. This is just ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. And it's really, it's really nothing special in the grand scheme of things. It's just another nature documentary. But the way they have shot this, the things that they have captured on this documentary really make it stand out. Again, I don't want to spoil anything because I do want you to see it, although you can't really spoil a nature documentary. There are some things in this film that have not been captured on film before. We have never gotten so close to snow leopards as they do in this film. And I really kind of like that. It's kind of interesting to see how those animals behave because we haven't been able to see them in the wild up close very often. And you really see them up close in this because of unmanned cameras and drones and things like that. They were able to capture a lot of really mind-blowing visuals on this, and it is amazing. It is a 6-part documentary. Basically, let me open up the box here just to show you. I'm going to put this down here just to kind of give you an idea of what you get. So there's 3 discs altogether. This is a little misleading here, but there's disc 1, disc 2, and then there's actually a 3rd disc. And the 3rd disc is the special features, is the bonus content, as they call it here. Now, that disc there. Now, sadly, the 3rd disc is not a 4K Ultra HD disc. It's just regular Blu-ray. But it's still a nice thing to have, and it has a very in-depth, I'd say almost feature-length documentary about how they made the miniseries, and it's really great to watch. It's about an hour long, actually. It's pretty impressive, and the way they did it is almost more entertaining than the movie itself, which I think is pretty great. David Attenborough returns to do the narration for this. And he was the original narrator of the original Planet Earth and Life, among other things. He's done so many nature documentaries over the years. I can't even list them all off the top of my head, honestly. But I've watched those too, and they were great. This is just as good, if not more, if not better. This is just amazing. The quality of this is unsurpassed. I've heard that they've shot this thing in 8K. I don't even know what that is. I can tell you, though, that it looks outstanding. The HDR quality you get in this is unlike anything else that's out there right now. The visual quality does dip very slightly for a couple seconds here and there for certain very wide shots, And I think that's because those wide shots were probably filmed either a while back for maybe a different documentary that they reused, or they were just shot with different cameras that weren't as high quality as some of the other cameras they used in this, because this thing was shot in 4K and above. And it is just outstanding how they did this thing. It is just mind-blowing. I mean, like I said, there's really not much else I can talk to you about in this. It is just some of the most amazing visuals I've ever seen in anything. The quality is so high, I almost thought at certain points that I was looking through like a window instead of my TV. It is that kind of level of detail. There are certain things that look better than real life in this. The opening episode starts with a sloth, and he's really cute, but there's a close-up of the sloth's face, and you can actually see there's like crap under his eyes, probably because he's been sleeping. It's so unbelievable. That's just one of the many millions of little things as you can see as you watch and rewatch this. And I highly, highly recommend this. This is the best release on the format right now on 4K. It is something else. Something interesting to note, not as big of a deal, but the soundtrack is DTS HD 5.1. It sounds amazing. Hans Zimmer did the music for this. And I don't think he's ever done music for a documentary before. I don't think he's ever done that. He may have, and I missed it. But Hans really has a lot of fun with this. And it's interesting to hear Hans Zimmer, like, unplugged. It's really interesting. He must have had a blast doing this thing. There's a funny scene where these bears, these brown bears, are rubbing their back up against, like, trees. And he puts this music to it that makes it look like they're dancing. It's so funny. I was pissing my pants laughing when he put that music in there. And it's just brilliant. It's just a brilliant documentary. I had a great time watching it. There are some really astounding things that you see in this documentary. If you're an animal lover like myself, you'll enjoy it even more. There is some brutal shit in it, though. I gotta be honest with you. There's a fight between Komodo dragons, and I think in the second episode, I was kind of surprised by it. It's kind of bloody, but again, it's a nature documentary. You're gonna get that. I mean, it's, you know, it's the circle of life, as they say. So, but definitely my highest recommendation. This is a must-buy. It is the platinum standard for the format, and you have to get this. If you have a 4K TV with HDR, if you have anything of that sort, please buy this. This is an amazing, amazing set, and you have to see it to believe it. So anyway, that's my review of Planet Earth 2 from the BBC Earth. If you're interested in seeing more reviews like this, I post them fairly often. I try to do 1 or 2 a week. And if you enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And let me know what you thought, okay? Thank you so much. I'm Andrew Cavanaugh. We'll see you next time on Cavanaugh's Corner. Good night.